What's going on, guys? I'm VaporKnight13 and today we're going to be doing some Minecraft. Wait a second, this is Minecraft? Nope, it's Zombiecraft. Zombiecraft 3.3 to be exact. Now I did do a tutorial on this about, actually exactly a year ago yesterday. So I'm just going to be doing a tutorial on this because I didn't realize that was 240p, and a couple guys are saying they're having some trouble, so I thought I may as well just make a new video altogether. Now this one's in 1080p, or at least I can get it in 1080p. Anyway, so we're gonna be Zombiecraft 3.3. Now I have created a YouTube test map, and I'm just going to be playing it real quick. I'm going to be showing you exactly what you can do with with the current version of Zombiecraft. I don't know if they'll ever update it because it's been a year and I'm still using the same version. Those is one thing on the Technic pack that says Zombiecraft 4, but one of the only comment that was posted on it said hey, I couldn't download it. So yeah, now there are barriers. For those of you don't even know what the hell Zombiecraft is, it's the early version of zombies for Minecraft. Now that includes perks, viable wall weapons, or I guess these are kind of floor weapons, and holy crap, hold on. I do have a fire button, so on Zombiecraft, no matter what gun you're using, whether it's a shotgun or a pistol, the fire button is so freaking OP. Look at that. You just take them out instantaneously. It uses up your ammo way too quick. Anyways, this does have a zombie counter and a random counter at the very top. So I'm gonna buy this for, oh crap. So yeah, this has floor weapons, barriers, placeable barriers that you can get, that you can set that they're floor, it's viable off the floor or in the random box, which this is the random box. I guess you're supposed to use the texture and it's supposed to look different, but I couldn't find the texture just because of the current version of Minecraft I'm using, which is 1.6.4. If you guys could actually direct me, if someone could direct me to the to a texture pack that I could use for this version 1.6.4, that'd be greatly appreciated. So now to use the random box, you right click on it. And there we go. It randomly chooses a weapon, and now it works a little bit different because you can use it for free. However, if you want to buy the weapon, you actually have to buy the actual price that they've set for that specific weapon. So if it's an RPG, then it's 500. If it's an Uzi, then 125. It's a place. There's also bouncing betties and placeable barriers. As well as perks, so you can also get perks out of there, which is cool. Unfortunately, the weapons don't make a sound, but well. So yeah, the barriers can only be set to 500, unfortunately, but that's not terrible because it actually is pretty difficult to get 500 on Zombiecraft. Just how they've set up the point system. Now, this is called the Game Session Manager. Yeah, alright, so this is basically when you're starting a match, you and your friends can go into the game session manager, and you can, and there is automatically one up there. That is kind of the, it's basically the loading screen, where you can set, it's like the lobby where you can just sort of set what map you want, I'll show you how to use that here in a second. Placeable barriers are basically just cobwebs, but not the effect isn't as much. Speed cool is the only two perks that you are even going to be familiar with are Juggernog and Speed cool. Juggernog actually does what you would imagine. It gives you armor. However, Speed cool, it's more like stamina, where it just increases your movement speed. There are a couple other perks such as ecstatic and comrade, which those are some pretty freaking cool ones, like Comrade, for example. It gives you a little buddy that helps you kill the zombies, which is just so freaking sick. I thought that was such a neat idea. Very smart. Now notice how when the barrier has like no sticks or whatever on it, it kind of pushes you back, and that's basically because that's how the zombies get through. They take down all the barriers, and then they kind of the barrier is sort of as if there's nothing there. So that's why they push you back, so that you can't just walk through the barriers and go into the zombie, to the outside of the map. So now it's really easy. You just got to get close enough, and then start making the barrier. So yeah, this is basically what I'm going to be teaching you. So real quick, I'm going to stop and start the... Oh, and of course spawn points. I completely forgot about spawn points. Now we're going... and there is also tab. I think that's just player list, but it doesn't even show me, which is kind of weird. So lobby menu... whoops. Actually, can I? No. So we're going to be saving and quitting Zombiecraft, and we're going to go back onto that map and play it. Loading. Now notice how we start in here. Here's the game session manager. So we can go into setup. Ow, god damn it. You know what? Hold on. I'm actually going to go on and I'm going to edit it, because otherwise it's just going to keep doing that. 0.24, and we gotta wait for a little bit. There we go. So now here we are. We're in edit mode. Now setup game. So while you're waiting for the map to generate, mine was just so fast because it's not exactly the biggest map. So we can go in and setup game. We can leave the lobby. And now it's really quite cool because how this works. I think you can, no, you can't. Okay, never mind. Game is currently inactive, so now if I go in that, now the game is currently in lobby. Map is going, we can set it to anything. And based on what we set it, so if we set it to last resort, then we're going to set that to the map. We're going to regen the map. And then once it regens, we can start the game. Now, notice how it's regenerating the map. Or it's generating the map in that area. It kind of generated it right next to our map, which kind of sucks. But so if I go, teleport doesn't really work. I'm not quite sure why. And notice how it's like it says the map is right there, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to that and edit map. Now. I also saw a couple comments saying the previous tutorial was too long. I'm going to try to shorten that by a lot. So, once you set and regen the map, you can start game, and all the players in here will be teleported into the map. Yeah, that is a little bit weird, but, well, it's like, oh well. Now we're gonna first start off by explaining this little red box, because I know this can be a little bit intimidating. It's like, what the hell is this? No, well, at least you don't need any programming knowledge, because that can be a major pain. So yeah, so what you're gonna want to do is click E or whatever button you have it set to go into your inventory. Next page, Zombiecraft Items. Now, we're going to want to grab a couple items here. We're going to start off with grabbing the ZC Editor tool. Here are all the perks. They do spawn perks, not very often, but the items you kind of pick up, and they're not even in your inventory. They do work, from my knowledge, but anyways, here are all the perks: Comrade, Charge, Juggernog, Ecstatic, and Speak Cool. Whatever you do, under no circumstances will you, or should you, drink perks while you're in the editing, while you're editing the map, because it crashed my game last time I did that, and I'm not planning on doing that again. So we have got so here are all the weapons. here. So grab the ZC editor tool. Alright, now hit the tilde key. Now by default it's the tilde key or the grave icon. It's the icon under escape or to the left of one. Now if you want to change that, it is in controls, so go to options, controls, and now notice how it's at the bottom here. Alright, so we got ZC menu, ZC use, ZC reload, ZC charge, ZC camera, and ZC zoom. Honestly, a couple of these I'm not quite sure what it does. Like camera, not too sure. I don't think it's third person, but ZC zoom, maybe that's like aiming down the side. I haven't really tried it. ZC reload, that's just reloading. Reloading your weapon. ZC use, which is like hold F to buy this barrier, or hold F to buy this weapon, hold F to rebuild the barrier. ZC menu is that thing that I use and hit the tilde key. So change that if you don't like using the tilde key, just switch that to something that's more familiar. ZC underscore use by default is E, so it kind of comes in contact with the inventory buttons, so they're both set to E. So to stop a conflict before it happens, just change ZC underscore use from E to F, or something that isn't already in use that you will be able to use pretty nicely. Oops. So you can actually purchase stuff and use the mystery box and stuff while you're in the map, which is nice because you can test it out while you're editing it, which is a really neat feature. Alright, so here are the spawners. Basically, when you're editing it, you are basically in creative mode. When you're playing it, you're in survival mode. So, yeah. Yeah, so let's, where to begin? Let's start off with wall weapons, or I guess in this case it's floor weapons. So to create a floor weapon, we're going to go into our inventory, or creative inventory or whatever, and click on purchase block. Now purchase block is used to create perks, bouncing betties, placeable barriers, or buyable placeable barriers, buyable perks, basically these. So if I click on this, now normally, unless you're normally anyways gonna want to set your purchase block within a block's radius of everything else. So basically, your purchase block doesn't touch a block. In this, I kind of did it, but just sort of show you that. Notice how the gun kind of goes to the wall. Maybe you don't want that, then you can do this. But maybe you want it to be more like a wall weapon than a floor weapon, and you want to put it right next to the wall, and it's like, oh well, it does that. So yeah, that's kind of up to you whether you want it to be a block's radius so that it stops it from phasing through any objects, or if you want to just say screw it and put it near a wall to make it more like zombies. So now if you want to change it, all you got to do is right click. Now I'm pretty sure you got to be in, I'm almost positive whether you're editing the map or not, you actually got to be in edit mode. Make sure edit mode is red. And then right click, and then it changes the weapons. So we got quite a selection of weapons and even some non-weapon things. So ray gun, awesome. We got something called chicken gun. So speed cola, ecstatic, juggernaut, charge, comrade, placeable barriers. Chicken gun, notice how it automatically switches the price, which is nice. Bouncing betties, and actually I'm gonna go in and get a bouncing betty because I've never used a bouncing betty. And oh, okay, so it basically uses it like a mon. I just wanted to see how it looked, because, I didn't know if it was like invisible or what. So, oh, M4, sniper rifle, flamethrower, ray gun, RPG, so, yeah. And now, on the texture pack, the wools are the Coca-Cola machines, so maybe, I don't even know how it was, but just all of the wools were used for, Coca-Cola, to make it look like Coca-Cola machines, which were really nice. And then you would just put the purchase block, like, just in front of the Coca-Cola machine. So, yeah. What next? Well, actually isn't a lot to explain because, like I've said, a lot of it is self-explanatory. Now, I did say I wanted to teach you guys this, which I kind of lost track. And anyway, so go hit your tilde key or ZC underscore menu or whatever, and we get this menu that I've used already, but I haven't really explained it to you guys. Now, there's the lobby menu, which is kind of like this. There's next stage and previous stage, which I think is just the maps, so don't use that unless you're scrolling through the maps. Start game, which of course starts spawning the zombies at the spawners. Edit mode, which you can use, you can edit block, and by that I mean like edit. I can't even explain. You can edit purchase blocks, you can do spawners, and there's actually something with spawners and that red edit mode that you have to have on, otherwise it doesn't work. Anyways, so let's go into the generation of the map. So click on this red sort of square icon. Oops, actually accidentally hit escape. Now you're going to want to scroll over to your ZC editor tool. That kind of looks like a fishing rod. Now, basically, what we're setting up here is the level generation location, or here. So set level, location, and size. Now, this red box, basically, when you generate your map, this is what it's generating. Everything inside this red box. So basically, only put in even things outside of the map that you've put it for detail or sort of aesthetics and that kind of thing. Anything that you've put inside so if there's anything outside this red box, let's say you've put like a train or something really neat outside of this red box, it will not generate the train. It'll just generate a giant patch of grass that it's kind of endless. So we're going. All right. So click on where you on one of the four corners of your map. So this was kind of big, but we're just gonna click on that. Notice how it creates this new red box. So now, say we only want to generate that portion of the map, then we can just generate that. So now we right click on that, the box changes, and it only generates that portion, which is not a smart idea because we don't even spawn in there. So let's go back in here, let's right click on that. We're going to make the box a lot bigger. So see, we can change the height just by moving up and down. And because we're really only spawning in this area, what I'm going to do is I am going to start the box right here, make it a decent height, and I'm gonna put it like right there, right there. That's good. Okay, so there, and it kind of got that a little bit, but anyways, so yeah, that's how you set up level generation. So now when you go into generate level, that's the only portion of the map that's actually going to be generating. Now, I did start off the map on another map called Invasion. So yeah, that's why there's all this other stuff that I'm not even using. So let's go back in here. If you want to save your map, put the name in which or maybe you already have a map saved and you want to override it, put in that map's name, or you want to make a new map, then put in whatever you want to call that map. So in this case, it's just YouTube test. So we're going to save the map. Then we're going to generate it. So now notice how it spawns us right here. And that's really all it's going to generate. Just that thing right there. Alright, so let's continue. So the next thing in our ZC editor tool that we can use, these are the ZC editor tools. I failed to mention this, the options of it. So yeah. So now we're going to go into player spawning. Very, very, very simple. All you gotta do is stand on the block you want. Now you can click anywhere. And now it creates this white line. That is where you're spawning. So I want to spawn here, and no matter where you click, whether you click on that block or that block, it's all based on where you're standing. So even if I click on that block or that block, the white line's still there. Now if I move, yeah, So I want to spawn right here, so I'm going to click there, and there we go, white line. Random box is pretty self-explanatory. All you gotta do is, place it, and it works just fine. You could have as many random boxes as you want. I don't think they actually move. You can use all of them simultaneously. It's like a dance floor. Look at this. Now, actually, if you don't want the gun that it gave you, rather than waiting the given time, you can just right-click and it automatically shuts down that weapon so that you can try it again, or you can leave it for your friends. So now, I would only do one block for the random box, because otherwise it's like 2 random boxes, but that's kind of your preference. So yeah, placeable barriers, that's really all they do. Like miniature versions of cobwebs that look a little bit different. Alright, so next thing is the barriers. Now, barriers are very, very, very self-explanatory. Basically, when you buy a barrier, all it does, or if you destroy it, it destroys all the pieces of the barrier connected to it. So let's go in and get a ZC barrier. So now if I were to destroy any of these right now, it would destroy the entire thing. Yeah, so just make sure you don't screw up. Alright, so here's that. Now all of them are fixed at 500. If there's a way to change it, I'd gladly be open to knowing how, because I'm pretty sure there's not a way to, because this guy designed this map, the creator of Zombiecraft designed this map, and none of his things are anything but 500. So yeah, it automatically spawns bats on the map, which gives it a really nice effect. I really like what he did with that. That was a smart option. All right, so let's see, what else is there to explain? I'm really not. Oh, duh. There is only one other thing I can explain, or I can teach you guys, and that is barriers. That was really stupid of me. I would have just been super pissed off with myself if I taught you guys all that and then completely forgot about barriers. So anyways, I'm going to delete this spawner. Now notice, if I'm not you have to be in edit mode to adjust spawners specifically, just because if you don't, then it's going to do this. You can't even touch it. Look at that. Alright, it's as if it's not there. But then if you are in edit mode, there's now notice there's a black outline if you're in edit mode, and your cursor is on the spawner. Now if I'm not in edit mode, that cursor goes away and I can't even touch it. Alright, there we go. So now all we gotta do to create a spawner, I'm just gonna delete that one and create it again. So let's go in here, spawn block wave, put that in your inventory. Now go in, hit the tilde key or whatever it is for this menu. Now click on this icon. Place the spawner wherever you want it. And place now place any random block. This can be any block, it doesn't really matter. It can be grass, it can be obsidian, it doesn't really matter. Place it, because it's only temporary. So basically the zombies that spawn out of that specific spawner are going to go to wherever you place this block, and then to the closest barrier. Alright, so you're going to want to get out your ZC editor tool, click on the block, aka the break block, right click on that. You can then break it. Oh, sorry, no, fail. My bad. Click on the block, click on the spawner, or right click on the block and then right click on the spawner, then break the block, and there you go. Now the zombies are going to be going to where that block was, and then to the barrier, which is like right here. So you're probably not even going to notice it, but oh well. Yeah, really the only other thing there is how to generate it properly, which I'll just say at the end. But this door no clip, I'm not even too sure if that works. Let me try it real quick because I've never used it. Okay, so it does actually work, but you can only use that in edit mode. Yeah, so you can only use it in edit mode. So if I go out of, if I hit door no clip and go out of edit mode, oh, okay, well, keep in mind, guys, I haven't used this in a little while, so I'm a little bit rusty, but yeah. So basically, just make sure that door no clip is off when you go off of edit mode. So now, of course, you can test this map while you're editing it. So if I wanted to, I could hit start game, or you have to go to out of edit mode for. And actually, I'm going to save this map real quick. I'm going to generate it. Now I'm going to go back over there. Alright, here we go. So edit mode, out of edit mode, and start game. Now notice how it says wave 1, and of course because I am in editing it, I am editing it. My inventory hasn't changed, and I do have like unlimited health. I can still fly. So now we wait for zombies to spawn. It takes a little while, and I think they did that purposely, just because you don't want zombies spawning, like a million zombies spawning instantly. So that was nice how they did that. They can't actually attack you through the barrier, which is like kind of like knocked early zombies where they can't. Fire button, fail. Alright, so I'm gonna do that. And see, now for whatever reason you can't I thought you could, but apparently, and see now, look how it's pushing me away when, oh god, when, there's no barrier. Apparently, you can't actually use the mystery box if you have a gun out, so just make sure you have one slot that's still open. And of course, you can still throw crap, and, so purchase rifle, no, because I don't really want it. I'm actually going to buy Juggernog. And it, of course, didn't work because I am in edit it. It's actually smarter if I just stop game. I already say edit mode. Just save it real quick, just to be sure. Save and quit. Zombiecraft play map, because it doesn't work quite as well. So now here we go. I spawned where I wanted to. That's nice. I have 80 points to start out with a Desert Eagle. Not completely loaded. So see, you can only the only reason we couldn't right click with a gun is because we were in edit mode. See, we're all learning stuff. I'm teaching you guys stuff. I'm learning stuff as I go. You can also melee with every gun, which is nice. You don't have to like switch to a new one just to punch. It's also kind of weird because my skin isn't on. And I'm actually a little bit curious about that, because I don't think you guys have even seen my new skin, but oh well. Oh god, I didn't realize I didn't have any ammo. No. Okay, I'm gonna run over here. Oh god, nope. I'm dead. Yep, I'm dead. So now there we go. So now, oh! Now, if we go into the game session manager, and we go into start game, there we go. The game started again, and I spawned on my spawn point. So this has been Zombiecraft 3 tutorial. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. As to the one guy who wanted to know how to do the purchase blocks, I'm not quite sure. Just make sure you're in edit mode while you're doing it, because otherwise that was probably the issue. If it wasn't, then I've got to do some more research. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I do hope that this helped you more than my previous video did. Any comments, questions, or hey, you want me guys, if you want me to review your Zombiecraft map, I would be more than willing to, because that would be pretty freaking boss. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'm not signing off. Hope you enjoyed and hope this helped. Later.